Hi, Ron. So today's video, what I want to talk about is what is phoenixing a business. If you've heard the term before, it's named after the mythical bird that burns itself to death and then rises again from the ashes as a reincarnation of itself. The term phoenixing is often applied to limited companies where the owner of that limited company runs that company into a position where it's insolvent, and then they either let the company go as in they don't do anything with it, or they try and close it down and then open up another company whereby they then go and set up a similar business activity and continue trading through that new company. One of the great things about limited companies is you do have a limited level of liability. It means if you make a mistake in a company, you can quite often just walk away and start over again. So the term of closing down a business or leaving a business to be closed down by company's house or your creditors and then starting a new business is called phoenixing. This video is aimed at business owners who might be dealing with suppliers or customers who have done this themselves, or if you're in a really tricky position and you do need to do it. Phoenixing isn't always a really bad thing. Our system, our legal system and our business system is designed to give business owners a certain degree of protection so they can start over, because you're always going to make mistakes in business. But this video is about some things to really look out for when or if you need to do this. Firstly, quite often, if you're in a position where you can't pay a lot of your creditors, so your business is insolvent, and then you continue trading, and then let's say down the line you leave your company alone, you open up a new business, and one of your creditors appoints an insolvency practitioner, and that insolvency practitioner makes a strong argument for it to explain actually you were trading when you knew you shouldn't have been because your business wasn't solvent anymore, then that's not necessarily going to protect you because you've got your new company and you're operating through your new company. So quite often, if you're deliberately operating when you know your business is insolvent, then just phoenixing it isn't the solution to that. The solution is stop doing it straight away. But then you've always got that skeleton in your closet. If you've done something fraudulent, I guess that is fraudulent. But if you've done something else, that's not necessarily going to protect you just by setting up a new company. One other thing, though, I will say is quite often businesses where the directors and the owners build up large director loan accounts where they owe their company money because maybe they've taken out more than the company could pay in salary or dividends. In that situation, just opening up a new company won't necessarily help there either, because if your old company, it goes into liquidation and that insolvency practitioner or the efficiency receiver tries to recover money from the debtors, which would be you because you owed that company money, then you can also end up in a situation where you've got something from that previous company following you in to your personal life because you then are a debtor of that company and they're going to try and get that money off you personally. What I wanted to say here is just explain what phoenixing is, explain that actually it doesn't always work, but sometimes it does. And if you are dealing with people who have, it's worth looking people up online when you are dealing with them in terms of what they've done at company's house. Because if you're going to work with a customer, for example, and they've had series after series of phoenixed companies, then that should be an indicator of their reputation. You don't necessarily want to be offering them payment terms in that scenario, or because they might just do it again and you might be left hanging. Could be the same suppliers as well. So there's a bit of research you should do online anyway, and that's just one of the things that you should be looking for.